the Indiana Department of Education Kindergarten Mathematic Readiness Standards, which is what families should know: number sense, sorting and classifying objects, geometry, measurement and time, and computation. In number sense, that is learning the meaning of numbers involves the ability to think and work with numbers to understand their relationships and the different uses for the numbers. Number sense includes knowing numbers that number sense shows that numbers represent quantities and use quantities to compare more or less with numbers from 1 through 10. It counts number sense meaning counting numbers, counting backwards, recognizing numbers, and writing numbers. Um, Mathematic readiness also includes sorting and classifying objects, learning to model, explain, and use addition and subtraction concepts in problem solving begins with opportunity for young children to count, sort, compare objects, and describe their thinking and observations in everyday situations. Um, Sorting and classifying objects includes exploring attributes like their shape, their size, and colors for sorting, matching attributes and the opposites of those things, sorting and creating patterns in many different ways. A B A A B A B pattern, A B B A, or whatever patterns. There's many ways, endless ways to do that. And to begin to create and extend a simple pattern are all ways for sorting and classifying. Geometry, measurement, and time is done by exploring objects through touching, comparing them. Children begin to understand the different attributes and applications. To construct the meaning of time, children learn to apply concepts of time to real life situations. Identifies and differentiates between two or three dimensional shapes and use objects. Kindergarten mathematic readiness and what parents should know according to the Indiana Department of Education is number sense, sorting and classifying objects, geometry, measurement and time, and computation. Number sense is learning the meaning of numbers involves the ability to think and work through numbers to understand their relationship and the different uses for the numbers. Number sense includes knowing numbers represent quantities, using quantities to compare more or less from numbers 1 through 10, counting numbers 1 through 20, counting backwards 10 to 0, recognizing numbers and writing numbers 1 through 10. Sorting and classifying objects, it is learning to model, explain, and use addition and subtraction concepts in problem solving. That begins with the opportunity for young children to count, sort, compare objects, and describe their thinking and observations in everyday situations. Sorting and classifying objects is exploring the attributes of objects like size, shape, and color, matching attributes to opposites, sorting and creating pattern in many ways, or beginning to create and extend a simple pattern. Geometry, measurement, and time is exploring objects through touching, comparing them. Children begin to understand the difference in attributes and application. To build the meaning of time, children learn by applying concepts of time to real life situations. A lot of times we have to help them through, yesterday I did that, or today, and I know that didn't happen today. That you mean yesterday, or, you know. Well, don't say, try not to use the words. Try not to use negative words like not, don't, no, can't, as much as you can rephrase that maybe that didn't happen yesterday. Maybe you mean today you ate breakfast. Geometry and measurement and time identifies and differentiates between 2 or 3-dimensional shapes. It uses attributes of shapes to distinguish between shapes. Geometry, measurement, and time includes anticipating routines by vocabulary to identify the sequence of events in a routine, or distinguishes between big and little sizes and weights. That's heavy, that's light. So for computation and mathematic readiness, adults help children compare quantities and understand math words such as more, less, smaller, thinner, bigger than, and different than. These words help children describe the size and shape of objects and relationship of objects to one another. Computation manipulates objects to match or create sets. It makes objects smaller or larger, or follows models of addition and subtraction. Parents can practice mathematic readiness at home by estimation. How many crackers do you think I have? Okay, let's count. Give your child 3 objects or a snack and yourself 2, and then ask who has more, me or you. Notice and point to patterns that you notice in every day. After measuring your child, ask them to guess how tall they are. Compare the heights by asking, well, who is taller? Or who do you think you're taller than? Or who may be smaller than you? Count items in or on a car or outside while you're driving. How many trees do you see? How many tires does this car have? How many other cars have 4 tires? Sort cereal by size or by color and shape. Make simple patterns with cereal. Create an obstacle course. Use chairs, pillows, tables, or whatever else you have. And use words such as go under the chair, or over the table, or next to the pillow, and so forth. Use bath time as a time to explore filling objects and talk about the volume of emptying the water. And everything is, like I heard someone, I can't remember who it was, but said everything is content. Well, everything is learning, okay? Everything is learning. So a lot of times I like to remind my parents that, and when I say my parents, I mean the parents of the children that attend my school. But I like to remind them that your child is learning through play. And a lot of times they're learning a lot of different things by doing different things. And if you are doing those things or those practices at home that we talked about, you are preparing your child for kindergarten. You can comment down below with ways that you prepare your child for school at home, and the different things that you do to get your child ready for school. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And sharing is caring. So share this video with a few friends or a new mom that's entering their child into kindergarten.